The room was filled with golden lights, laughter, and the clinking of champagne glasses. Everyone looked perfect, smiling, hugging, and celebrating love. It was my son Daniel's wedding, the day I had dreamed about since he was a child. But I stood alone by the corner, holding my gift bag, searching for my name on a table card. After a few awkward minutes, I finally saw it. But it wasn't by the stage or near the family. It wasn't even in the main hall. It was taped to a small wooden chair in the kitchen. Yes, the kitchen. I stared at the card. Reserved, Mrs. Evelyn Carter. My name, in beautiful calligraphy. The irony stung. They made it look elegant, even though it was a message written in cold, invisible ink. You're not wanted here. I smiled. A waiter walked by, startled to see me there. Ma'am, this area is not for guests, he said. I know, I whispered. Apparently, I'm not one. He looked confused, but I didn't say more. I sat on the chair in silence. No flowers. No plate. No champagne. Just the faint smell of garlic and roasting beef, and the sound of celebration echoing from the hall. Daniel's bride, Ashley, had never liked me much. She was polite but cold. I had always suspected she wanted me distant. Out of their lives. Maybe in a different city. Or different country. And now, on the biggest day of her life, she made it clear. I wasn't part of the picture. But you know what hurt more? Daniel knew. And he let it happen. I raised him alone. His father left when he was 4. I worked 2 jobs, skipped meals so he could eat, stayed up all night helping him study for exams. I didn't have fancy clothes or time for friends. My whole world was him. And now, on the day he promised to start a new life, he left me in the kitchen. I could have stormed out. I could have cried, shouted, made a scene. But I didn't. I sat there for an hour, smiling politely at anyone who passed by, waiting, because I wasn't going to ruin his day. I wanted to see, just once, if he would realize what he had done. But he didn't come. And when the music started for the first dance, I quietly stood up, took my purse, and left. But not before I made a silent decision. A strong one. A mother's decision. A decision that would change everything. I walked out into the cold night air, wrapping my shawl tighter around my shoulders. The sound of music faded behind me as I stepped away from the building, away from the crowd, away from my own son's wedding. My hands trembled, but not from the cold, from the sting, from the realization that after everything, every sacrifice, every sleepless night, every tear, I had become an afterthought. I didn't call a taxi. I didn't wait for someone to stop me. I just walked, block after block, remembering the little boy who used to run into my arms, who cried when I left for work, who once said, "Mom, when I grow up, I'll take care of you." I wondered if he remembered saying that. I got home, took off my shoes, and sat on the couch in silence. I didn't cry. I was past crying. I just felt empty. For the next few days, I said nothing. Not to Daniel. Not to anyone. I wanted to see if he would reach out, if he would feel the absence. But there was nothing. Not even a text. On the 3rd day, I opened my laptop, logged into the bank, and canceled the trust fund I had been saving for Daniel and his future family. 20 years of savings, gone in 5 clicks. Not out of hate. Out of clarity. Out of self-respect. I had poured my soul into a garden that no longer had room for me. That day, I also wrote a letter. A simple one. It said, "When you are ready to treat me like a mother, you'll find me right where you left me. But I won't be waiting." I sealed it and kept it in my drawer. Then I went to the kitchen, made myself a cup of tea, and sat by the window, watching the rain. And for the first time in years, I felt peace. Not because I was okay, but because I had finally chosen myself. I wasn't a villain. I wasn't a victim. I was just a mother who had loved too deeply, too silently. But not anymore. 3 days passed. No calls. No messages. Nothing. Daniel didn't even ask if I got home safe. I stayed quiet. I didn't chase. I didn't explain. I had done that all my life, making excuses, justifying my presence, lowering myself to be accepted.
But not this time.
I wasn't angry. I was heartbroken. But I had finally learned something. Silence is sometimes louder than screaming. And then the phone rang. It was Daniel.
Mom, he said.
His voice cracked. Can we talk? I didn't say yes. I didn't say no. I just waited. He continued. I messed up. Ashley told me she moved your seat last minute. Said it was fine. I didn't think. That's right. I interrupted softly. You didn't think. There was silence. I could hear him breathing. I'm sorry, Mom. I didn't mean to hurt you. I closed my eyes. That boy I raised. I missed him. But the man he had become? I wasn't sure I knew him anymore. Daniel, I said gently, do you know what it's like to be invisible on your only son's biggest day? I was nervous. I didn't notice. No, you didn't want to notice. He said nothing. I looked out the window. The rain was soft, tapping against the glass like a lullaby from the sky. I canceled the college fund account, I said calmly. The one I built for your future children. 20 years of savings. His breath caught. You what? I'm not doing it out of revenge, I said. But if I'm not welcome in your new life, then I won't be a silent investor in it.
His voice shook.
Mom, please don't do this. I made a mistake. I'll fix it.
We'll visit you.
Ashley. Ashley made her choice. But so did you, Daniel. Silence. I continued. I don't want apologies. I want respect. I want to be seen, not hidden. I'm your mother. Not a burden. Not a shadow.